Hello, fellow cyborgs, and welcome to another movie review. I don't do these too often, and most of the movie reviews that I've been doing lately have been things that I've recently seen, though not necessarily recent releases. A lot of things that I've checked out from the library and just needed to share with you. Most of my movie reviews are more like movie gushings. I have yet to put up a review that is actually really critical of a movie. It's always been, this movie's amazing and let me tell you why. This is another instance of that. Today, I'm going to be talking about Stuck in Love, which was made in, I think, 2012 or 2013, somewhere around there, so it's fairly recent, but I never heard a peep about it until I was searching for movies with Lily Collins in it that my local library happened to have in stock, and Stuck in Love came up. And so I said, what the heck? I will go ahead and put that on hold. Oh my gosh. One of my new favorite movies. I watched it twice in one day. It's lovely. This story is centered around one family and each individual family member's romantic relationships, failed, blossoming, what have you. This stars Greg Kinnear, Jennifer Connelly, Lily Collins, Nat Wolff, Logan Lerman, among others. Oh, also Kristen Bell. There are a lot of faces that I really enjoy watching, a lot of people in this movie who are superb actors, even if they're not technically A-list these days. But that doesn't really matter, does it? This movie also really centers on writing, since the family, I believe they're called the Borgans, that this surrounds. The father is a writer and has encouraged his children to keep journals throughout their life. It starts out with Lily Collins' character, who is the elder daughter, her first book being published, and I'm an amateur aspiring writer, so this was a lovely little thematic element that totally gelled with my personality. The acting is amazing. Greg Kinnear is one of those actors that you've probably seen in various things, but he's never made it big, but he seems like one of those actors that I can always count on to do his job properly, to do an excellent job acting. Steve Zahn is another one of those actors, I think. He's been in a ton of stuff, never really stars in anything big, but you can always rely on him to do a good job. Jennifer Connelly is also amazing in this. I love her to death in Labyrinth when she was really young and super cute, and opposite David Bowie, who's being a jerk, but also lovable. And it's so funny to see her grown up, in essence. I mean, she's a grown woman. She has been for many a year now, and she still has that sparkle in her acting. She was just such a joy to watch. Lily Collins is one of my new faves, hence the searching and the finding of Stuck in Love, and she did not disappoint. She played a very different character in this one. She plays a very romantically promiscuous character, where in like Mirror Mirror or The Mortal Instruments, she was more kind of girl next door sweetness. This one, not so much. Logan Lerman, oh my goodness. So let me talk to you about Logan Lerman and his eyebrows and me. So I first saw him in Percy Jackson. He was totally underaged and I wasn't, but I was like, man, your eyebrows, you are beautiful. And then same thing in Perks of Being a Wallflower. Oh my goodness, you are the cutest thing ever. Your eyebrows are amazing, and yet you're still underage, and I feel like a complete perv. And so finally, the first movie that I see with Logan Lerman, and he's not underage, not a little teenager, and so I'm like, okay, good. I feel a little less of a creep now, even though I'm still totally creeping on his eyebrows. I know, guys, I am a weirdo, but hey, I hope you knew that before you came into this. Nat Wolff is also in this. As I mentioned before, he is most recently famous for being Q in Paper Towns. There is so much cuteness in this movie, oh my goodness, which is why I watched it twice, because it was just perfect. It's also only about an hour and a half, which is a perfect amount of time for the story it's telling. Also a super refreshing amount of time for a movie. These days, we're used to movies being 2.5 hours and a two-parter, and so it was lovely to find a movie that said, you know what, I don't need 2.5 hours and ridiculous special effects to make a good viewing experience. This movie also has a lovely happy ending, which was just jam on top of the tart for me. I love happy endings when it, fits. Sometimes you need an old tragic ending, but in this case, you didn't get it, and you were happy about it. Yeah, so if you were at all interested in a lovely movie about love and family, forgiveness and feelings, and some lovely acting on top of that, and some lovely faces doing the acting, then I highly recommend you check out Stuck in Love. I hope you have enjoyed this movie review / movie gushing. Leave me in the comments down below your favorite movie that you think is kind of like most obscure. I'm always looking for new wonkadoodle movie recommendations. I love myself some of those as well. I think on my top would be maybe Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind, or the really old French black and white rendition of The Beauty and the Beast. Tons of others, but I'll just stop with those two. Thank you for watching, and until next time, continue to be lovely.